Hey, what's up, guys? I'm back. The boy who hasn't posted in like nearly 2 months. Yeah, that's me. But oh shoot, I'm sorry, guys. I got stuff going on in my life, but it's all good now because today I'm posting. I don't know if I'm gonna post anytime soon, like after this, but it is what it is. But I'm not gonna lie for this, like, what if Deku had the element of fire part 4? I don't remember the story that I came up with, so I'm just trusting my past self that it was good. So, yeah, I guess we could just get into it. I mean, I forgot how to do this, honestly. But yeah, I think, where did I leave off? I think I left off. Yeah, I left off right after the sports festival. So, Deku got first in all that because he's Deku in my stories. So that's just it. But yeah, I shoot. I guess I'll just get into it. Um, so I think this is still like during Deku's and Bakuyo's fight. So just bear with me. All right. So Deku thinks to himself like, if this keeps going any longer, either one of us is gonna fall. And I'm pretty sure he knows that as well. Like, I'm sorry, All Might, but I'm not about to lose. So Deku's arm glows up and surrounds with fire, and he rushes towards Bakugo while dodging all the attacks and strikes him with one giant punch. So yeah, this boy's using 100% one for all because he doesn't know how to control it yet, and he combines it with his fire as well. So like the fire erupts out of the punch, and like Bakugo just gets buried in like large flame. So that happens. So the smoke clears, or no, the smoke takes over instead from the fire, and when it clears, Bakugo is seen like out of the arena, putting a huge crater in the wall with debris like everywhere, including the burn marks. And yeah, it's bad. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty bad. So Deku, by the way, is like forcing himself to like stay awake because like when he sees Bakugo, he grins, and the crowd goes insane. And I'm just saying, like Deku, with that much power that he put in, not only did his arm like basically break like how it is in the show, he got sent back because the amount of force, like the impact, the fire back. There we go, the fire back. I think it, bro. Nah. So yeah, Deku's announced the winner, of course, and he laughs a bit before falling to the ground. All Might grunts his teeth because he's pretty upset. Like Deku went against what he said and walks away. So you know, actually no, he doesn't walk away because why does he have to? And when the medics went for Bakugo, they seen a large mark going from the left side of his cheek down like past his neck. So something happened. So like they quickly rushed him to the nurse, including Deku, and they both get patched up. But Bakugo is like done majorly because like is he's left with a scar basically on his neck. Like it's just huge. Actually no, where do I want it? I don't want it because I don't want it on his actual cheek. I want it to be like on his jawline, probably from his jawline down, like into his shirt, kind of. But yeah, so he's just left with a huge grin. So yeah, Deku sees Bakugo and he freezes, saying like, "Bro, I'm sorry." So Bakugo looks at it and he gets angry and he yells like, this doesn't prove anything," and he just walks out. Like he's not trying to fight back or anything. He just says that. So All Might hands each other, like each of them, their medals, of course, starting with Deku when they get to the podiums. And All Might tells Deku, "I'm sorry, I can't." Eh. So he tells Deku like, "I told you not to use that power again until said so." So Deku bowed and apologized, making All Might sigh, and patted Deku's shoulder. grinning, saying like, "Good job on the win," but that doesn't mean I'll forget about what you did to Bakugo. And Bakugo seen them chatting from like the corner of his eye and gave like a tiss sound, like he just doesn't know. And of course, Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki like also get interviewed. So, hmm, yeah, Deku was asked like straight away, like, what was that raw power seen from your performance? And it was like so intense for him, like in like you know they even said like, yo, did your arm like come off or something? Like what happened? Because it was pretty bad. So Deku replied saying, well, that's just hard work and the outcome of me trying to fulfill my dream. Really, he's saying like, man, this I don't know where this came from. Like, what are you asking me? But I don't know. So after like all the interviews were done, I'm gonna say it took like around 5 to 10 minutes, probably five. Yeah, probably five. As I was told, since like the top three were from his class, including like more before that, like he should take them all out. So Aizawa, of course, dreaded the thought because I would too, but he did it anyways, just because he's a goat. So everyone was saying like how amazing each of them were, and they were laughing the entire time while also like looking at Bakugo's scar from Deku. So Deku looked at his phone and seen like he got messages and calls from his mom saying like, "Oh my God, I'm so proud of you, shoe, bro." But now that just yeah, Momo just lightly smacked the back of his head and said, "Hey, didn't you ask me to eat with you?" And yeah. So Deku put down his phone and said, "Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Like I guess this just works out perfectly, yeah." So she laughs and Ashita nudges her, giving her like nudges her shoulder, giving her a wink because freaking Mina Ashita is just like that one. But yeah, so they make it to a small diner and they pick out meals. Baku's still annoyed about the scar, but it is what it is. So Deku and Momo they start doing their like thing, and everyone else is like asking Bakugo if the scar hurts. So he tells them all to shut up. Which by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this before. Oh no, I have like in previous parts, but I'm pretty sure you all don't remember. Um, Bakugo knows that no matter how much he tries, like he can never truly beat Deku. Not because of anything stupid, but like because he just physically can't. Like Deku can manipulate heat and fire, which means Deku could have just like disabled Bakugo's quirk and won off of that. Like, even if Bakugo wins, it will like always be in the back of his head that Deku could have easily just won from the beginning. Which, I'd be annoyed too. That's stupid. But yeah, I don't know. The freaking main protagonist characters, they're always freaking OP for no reason. But yeah, so Deku and Momo are seen like laughing, and Deku's phone just keeps on buzzing for like some reason. So Momo asked if he's gonna answer that, and Deku just pulls out his phone and puts it on silent without looking at it. So he tells her it's probably his mom like wanting um uh wanting to like congratulate saying congrats. I'm gonna just do that, saying congrats on winning, and they all continue eating. So then Aizawa gets a call, and he walks away to answer it. He comes back and tells Deku to come with him. Yeah, so they all get confused, and Deku excuses himself. And Aizawa takes him far enough to where the rest of them can't hear, like, either of them. And he says what he heard on the phone. So everyone in the diner sees like Deku run as fast as he can out that door and fly off. So Aizawa stands there with his eyes closed and slightly with a angry face. So everyone asks what just happened, and he tells them. They're all shocked and in disbelief, and Bakugo stops eating and puts down his chopsticks, like walking outside. So yeah, Deku flies as fast as he can, with tears like coming down his eyes, and with a angry and upset face. So a minute later, Deku lands in front of a hospital and runs inside the doors. He rushes to the desk and asks like, "Where's room 203?" And they tell him. I mean, they tell him and like hand him paperwork to fill out, asking like him to also calm down, but he doesn't care. He runs off, and they yell for him to come back. And he makes it and opens the door and sees Inko sitting next to an old man. And Inko is like, seen crying, and the old man is on life support. Deku slowly walks up and falls to his knees, like crying and putting his hands on the bed. He says, "Now, like not now, like please, not now, master." And if you don't know, like this is Wu. This is Master Wu. Deku feels a hand touch his hand, and he looks back up to see Wu showing a small smile, but it's weak. So Wu quietly says like, "I'm sorry, kid, but this came out of nowhere," coughing in the process. Deku like quickly says like, "No, please, like don't be sorry, like you're gonna get through this one, like how you always do, remember?" And a doctor and nurse, they walk in and tell Deku he can't be there. But then they instantly stop as soon as they see him and the old man. So Wu tells Deku, like, "I'm sure we both knew this would happen eventually. I can't even open my eyes." Like, kid, like. And Inko cries even more, and she gets up walking out, asking the doctor and nurse if they can leave the two of them for a moment. And they both agree, and Deku is left with Wu. Wu coughs some more and says, "I seen her fight before I couldn't see, but I'm so proud of you." And Bakugo. So Deku grabs onto Wu's hand and says, "I'm not done yet. Like there's still more I want to learn from you." And Deku can hear his master getting quieter and quieter each second. Uh, this is the fifth time, by the way. I just want to say this is the fifth time he's been to the hospital, and each time he's gotten worse. So he continues saying, like, "I want you to see me become stronger and become a good man just like you." And Wu quietly says, like, "I do too, but you must take this journey without me. Like, you have so much potential beyond what the world has to offer. Unlock it and achieve your dreams." So Deku tightens his grip slightly and cries more. "But I don't know how, master. Like, I don't know." And Deku feels his master's hand slowly move to his chest. And Wu tells Deku, like, "Right here," like pointing at his chest. "To unlock your true potential, you must find peace within yourself." So Deku grabs his chest and squeezes it, saying, "I will. I promise, master. I promise." And then a beep is heard from the monitor. Deku opens his eyes, frozen, and the doctor and nurse rush in and try to help the old man. Which, yeah. Jesus Christ, what am I writing? I came up with this so long ago. Jesus, man. Freaking got me like tearing up. Shoot. Oh, but that's at least be one of you that's tearing up. Like, just one, please. Nah, but okay, anyway, back to the story. 1 week passes by, and Deku is sitting in his room, looking at his kimono that he got from his master. And Iko opens up the door, leaving a cup of water, and tells him, like, "Hey, you should get some sleep. You have school starting again tomorrow." And Deku responds, saying, "Yeah, I know, thank you." So Iko walks in the room and hugs Deku, like, saying, "I'm so sorry, Izuku." Which, yeah, Deku wraps his arms around Inko and just accepts the hug. That's really all you can do. I'm just saying, that's all you can do. And The next day, Deku gets up, grabbing his bag and phone, and he turns on the phone and sees like tons of messages. Like he hasn't turned on his phone the entire time, by the way. And he puts the phone in his pocket and just walks out, flying off. And he makes it to school and walks in the classroom. Everyone sees him and runs up asking if he's okay. And Deku just grins and says, "Of course I am." And they try and ask more about him, but he just continues walking. And he walks up to Momo and bows, saying, "I'm sorry for leaving without excusing myself." Oh no, no, he did. I'm an idiot. Yeah, yeah. He just says, "I'm sorry for not coming back." And she put her hand over her mouth and said, and like everyone's seen her get a bit teary, saying, "Please don't you dare say sorry for what happened. I understand why you had to leave. It's okay." So Deku quietly said, "Okay," and lifted his himself back up, grinning again. So Aizawa walked in and said, "All right, go sit down now. Midoriya, a list of the work you missed out is on your desk. Not my choice, that's theirs." But yeah, so Deku walked to his desk and paused, looking at Bakio. And Bakio looked up at Deku, and Deku dropped the grin, giving Bakio a nod. So Bakio gave a nod back, and Deku sat down. Have I ever said that? I don't know. I'm explaining it now. Yeah, so I should probably explain something. I don't know if I said this before, but Bakio was actually trained by Wu for like a short amount of time while they were both growing up, and hence why he walked out after hearing the news and, at the diner, and Wu being proud of Bakio as well. So even though Bakio hates Deku, he still respects his like former master that taught him. And class was the same as always, so we'll just skip to the end. AKA, I don't remember the anime, but it is what it is. But yeah, so Aizawa started off by talking about the internships, and he went over how certain agencies were observing each of them during the festival. So some of the students had questions, but Aizawa told them to hang on. And he finished going over everything and handed each of them a list of all the options they got. Of course, Deku, Baki, and Todoroki, like, they got the most, and they were all choosing who they wanted to go to. So they were all told to find someone before the next day, and most people got theirs instantly. And, but Deku was struggling to find someone. So Kirishima, Kaminari, and Sabo. Shoot. I think I had a heartburn. Yeah, here, hold on. Let me take a drink of water. You guys remember this? I gotta drink my water. Yeah, I've been drinking so much water, and I'm starting to actually get annoyed at the taste. I don't really drink pop because I don't like the sugar for some reason. I just don't like the sugar in it. It hurts my head. But yeah, I want tea. That's what I really want. I want green tea. That's what I really want. But I gotta wait. It's all good though. Where was that? What was I saying? Oh, bro, I don't know. So yeah, Kirishima, Kaminari, and Sabo, like, they walked to Deku's desk and asked, like, who was he choosing? So Deku showed them who he got, and then said, like, he'll choose later. Either way, like, I have all this makeup work I have to do, packing up his stuff. So they all three say it sucks, and he has to do all the work. But Deku tells them that's just life. So they nod to it and ask him like if they want to walk with him. Deku kindly says not now, and they're okay with it. Like they understand. So Deku gets up and is about to walk out, but Todoroki tells him to hold on. So Deku turns to face him, and Todoroki says sorry for everything I said during our fight. Actually, let me rephrase that. He ain't gonna say that like a little bitch. But no, so he says, "Hey, how do I say? Sorry for everything I said during our fight. That's still gay. Just roll with it. I let my anger show through, and yeah. So Deku grins, or kind of just smiles. He doesn't grin. He just smiles, saying like, It's all fine." And Todoroki is about to speak more, but stops himself and puts out his left arm, making a fist. And if you don't know what his left side is, ooh, shoot. So, Deku notices like his fire side and gives him a small laugh. I mean, no, gives a small laugh, like, giving him a fist bump. And when they connect their fist, a ball of fire like forms around it, and they just like pull back. So after that, Todoroki walks off, and Deku also walks out, like getting stopped by All Might. By the way, just that little fist bump, that just means like to Deku, like, oh, Todoroki's learned, like he now accepts his fire, which is good. Yeah, so Jeku, what the fuck? Deku jumped and asked like, what did he want? So All Might told him that he wanted to have a little talk. So they walked to the lounge room and sat down. How long is this? I'm not even close. Oh, this better be a long video then. So, yeah, they walked to the lounge. First, All Might told Deku sorry for what happened, and Deku thanked him, and then he went over like the vestiges that he's seen. All Might told Deku like the visions that you've seen before are normal when you possess One for All. Deku replies saying that doesn't sound pretty normal, man. But yeah, All Might says like you're real funny, aren't you? Anyways, the strange thing is the entire time I thought you were using One for All, you never were. So which he's also like, good job on being improving your fire, but I kind of want you to use the quirk as well. So he continues saying like, when you've seen the previous user, something kicked inside of you, activating One for All to finally waken you. So Deku thought about it and said, "Yeah, I was honestly thinking the same thing. Like it was like the previous users were trying to connect me, but they never could like contact. I mean, so yeah, they continue talking about it, and then All Might tells Deku about his previous teacher, Gran Torino. And Deku pulled out his list and seen like scrolled through it, and he seen the name Gran Torino on there and circled it like instantly without like any hesitation. So Deku asked All Might like, so which One for All? So with One for All being an enhancement quirk, can I even control the power displayed to me if I use it? I'm already like a G like without the quirk. So if I enhance that, can I even control it? And All Might said like, as it is right now, and from what I've seen, no. We are gonna have to train you to fully master the power. So Deku nods and then heads out. And a few days pass, and internships are finally ready to start. It was a 2 day wait because I don't remember how. I need to rewatch the anime. Is what I'm trying to say. I don't remember a single thing. But during that time, Deku was training hard because of what happened before. He hasn't had the chance to really use One for All. By the way, if it's not clear, Wu actually passed down his dojo to Deku as well, which everything was paid off for, and they were both like really close, so it makes sense he would give it to Inko and Deku, which I feel like I could do some more stuff with that in the future. I could if I actually continued uploading. I don't know. We'll just see through it with time. But oh god, I'm an idiot. But um, yeah. So everyone made it to class, and Aizawa told them like, don't make it. And don't make a fool of yourselves during the internships. It'll hurt us more than it'll hurt you. So Mina says like, "Wow, thanks for your support," and they all pack up and head out to separate directions. I can't speak for the life of me. I'm sorry, guys. I need to take another drink of my water because eh. That's not right. I get questions a lot about how you pronounce my name. Freaking just it's either you say Krieto, like Krieto, or you could just say G. Freaking G with four E's. Just say G. All right, just call me G. I don't care. But it has to be spelled G-E-E-E. So four E's. So one G, four E's. Yeah, there we go. Oh shoot, I'm an idiot. But anyway, now with that little thing out of the way, Deku makes it to Hosu City and meets Gran Torino like in canon. And Gran Torino, he gets up and sees Deku's like hero outfit. He says like, "Oh, that's actually a good looking costume." And Deku tells him like, "Thanks." When he asks Deku to show off one for all, he charges up, and his veins grow red and fire. No, 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 no. His veins grow red and like little fire embers. They surround him, and yeah. So by the way, the little embers like they replace the lightning. If that doesn't make any sense, but Torino could tell that Deku was like holding back a lot. So he asked Deku like, "Hey, what's up? Like, why are you not putting out full power?" And Deku responds saying, "I can't. As of now, the power is too intense for me to like, control." So Torino then says like, "Well, how much are you using now?" And Deku thinks about it and he starts mumbling like, I understand what level 100 is. So if I were to compare it, maybe around, all right, it's around 5 to 10% right now. So after that, Torino tells them they'll be training for a while. And, hours later, Deku falls on the couch, wiping the sweat off his head. And he says, "Man, I don't remember the last time I've been this tired." So, Gran Torino replies saying, "Yeah, like, yes, you've really outdone all the expectations I had of you. You must train a lot." But Deku says, "Yeah, my master trained me, like, when I was younger." And Torino says sorry for reminding him about him, but Deku says, "Nah, he's glad, like, he had a great teacher." And Torino smiles and tells Deku, like, that they're going on a hero patrol. By the way, if somebody does like pass in your family, you gotta remember all the good times. Like don't just keep crying about it. Like you gotta remember the good times and only good times. All right, just do that because Jesus Christ, the amount of crying is so annoying. But anyway, they're both on the train, and then a large like boom is heard from the distance. And, Deku gets up and Nomu crashes in through the train. And, Torino fights it off and tells Deku, like, to stay back. But he doesn't. And, instead Deku activates 15% full cow and uses shoot style, kicking the Nomu, like, out of the train and instantly flies after it. Which, yeah, I'm gonna say Deku was at 10% when he was like talking to Gran Torino, but then after the training he gained 5% because that's where he's like actually at in strength. So yeah, the Nomu the yeah, so Torino tells everyone it's okay and goes to find Deku. And the Nomu smashes into the ground, and Deku just lands with embers of fire coming off of him. And he looks sick. Because you just have to remember, he has that season 2 of Ninjago, the freaking fire kimono with the gold plates, as armor, and he got the fire coming off of him, bro. He got the red hair. And Christ. But anyway, Freaking jeez. The Nomu gets back up, and Deku rushes to it, surrounding his arm in fire, and punches Nomu straight through the chest. And the Nomu falls to the ground, and Deku says to himself, like, these Nomus are much more weaker than the ones during the USJ. Or, not the ones, the one. Um, during the USJ attack. So Deku hears more explosions and screams, like, coming from a different direction, and flies to it. And Deku makes it to the main area of destruction and finds Endeavor with Todoroki, like, fighting off the Nomus. So he charges in and does spinjitzu, like, taking out most of them. Yeah. Gran Torino arrives as well, and they all, like, look at each other, wondering, like, what's going on. And Torino tells Deku and Todoroki to, like, help the civilians, and they both nod, like, heading off. So Todoroki slides with, like, his ice besides Deku, like, who's flying, and says, like, why are there, like, more of these Nomus? And Deku says, like, I don't know, but guaranteed it's from the same group of villains. So Todoroki agrees, and they both, like, hear a large scream coming from an alley. And they both, like, quickly find where the scream was and see someone, like, standing over Ida in a blood puddle. So, Deku gets angry and sends, like, a huge wave of fire to the man. And Todoroki follows up by going around the back and making a spike wall out of ice, which the ice shatters and the man, like, comes out of the fire, slicing his sword at Todoroki. And Deku acts fast and manipulates, like, Todoroki's fire to block the attack. So, like, he just, like, lifts up his hand and, like, the fire comes out of Todoroki, is what I'm saying. And the man screams in pain from the burns and causing him to drop his sword, and giving Deku the chance to land a smash on him, which is, like, 15%. And he gets sent into the wall with, Todoroki telling Deku, like, they're fighting the hero killer Stain. He can tell by looking at his face. Third drink. I think talking a lot makes my throat dry, which is a strange thing. But yeah, let's keep on reading. Deku clenches his fist tighter and tells Todoroki to check on Ida. And he says, like, alright, and rushes over. Oh, no, not like that. He says, alright, and rushes over to see, like, his condition. And he yells at Deku saying, he cut off his arm. And, like, he's losing blood fast. So, Deku tells him to take him to the medics, like, now. But Todoroki tells him to run away, too. But Deku shakes his head to him, which Todoroki doesn't respond and just goes as fast as he can to find the medic. Hold up, wait, he lost his arm? Okay, well, shoot. Apparently he lost his arm. It's probably his left arm. I don't remember. But yeah, apparently he lost his arm. That's... Jesus Christ. Freaking, he's just a kid. Okay, anyway. So, Stain gets up out of the rubble and asks, like, Deku, why didn't he run away? And Deku tells him, I'm not about to let a killer that's right in front of me escape. So Stain responds saying, don't try and act like you're high and mighty, kid, while pulling out another blade. So Deku gets in a fighting stance and observes, like, everything about him. And he gives a small smirk, and Stain, like, charges at Deku, yelling, why are you making more fake heroes? I mean, why are they making more fake heroes? So Deku realized that Stain was damaged from the impact of the wall. Like, it's hard to tell from, like, a normal person's perspective, but Stain is limping on his right leg. So Deku dodges the attack and smashes Stain's, like, right leg with shoot style. And Deku was right about the weak leg because it twisted right away to the, like, the opposite direction. And the attack landed. I mean, when the attack landed. So Stain falls to the ground reaching for his sword, angrily saying, like, how is this one kid outsmarting me in a fight? So he continues saying, like, all I need to do is cut you. And Deku steps on his hand and picks up the sword, and he tells him like it's over, but Stain gets angry, taking out a knife and slices Deku's leg. And Stain is about to lick the blood off the knife, but Deku gets mad, surrounding the sword in fire, and yells, "I told you, it's over!" and then cuts off Stain's arm, like that was holding the knife. And Stain screams in pain, and Todoroki um, comes back with the other heroes. Like, they come around the corner and they see the fire sword that Deku was holding go out, and he drops it, making it hit the ground, and he tells them it's over, but slowly begins to fall over and collapse. And later, the cops and investigators arrive to the scene. I'm gonna say next morning, Deku woke up in the hospital, and he looked around and seen like Ida sitting across from him on life support. And the door opened up, and Endeavor and Todoroki and even like All Might, they walked in, and Deku quickly asked like what happened, because he does not remember. And Endeavor told him that after he defeated Stain, he passed out from a cut he got in his leg. So I'm gonna say this: Stain used a knife that had poison on the edge of the blade. So Deku laughed and said, "I got careless at the end and wasn't expecting him to pull something different." So anyways, like what happened to Stain after? And All Might chimed in and said like he fainted as well from the blood loss, and but he's still alive, and now we're like interrogating him. So Deku nods and looks over at Ida, and he then asks like if he's gonna live. And All Might replies saying he should be alright after a while. Like if you and Todoroki weren't there at the time, he honestly would probably been killed. So Deku gets an annoyed look on him and says like, "Man, what an idiot! Like, why try and fight the hero killer alone? On top of that, I find him really annoying." So Todoroki smirks and says, "Yeah, like he's gonna be told all types of things when he wakes up." Then he drops a smirk saying, "But I don't know if he can like still be a hero with only one arm." And Endeavor says like, "Of course he can't. Even if he didn't lose an arm, he would still be a risk to the other heroes for like being so selfish." So All Might speaks up saying, "No matter what, he can still be a hero, whether it be there, like here, or as a normal citizen. But I don't think you should be the one talking about being selfish, Endeavor." Which, yo, like, hold up, wait a minute, oh shoot, freaking All Might he freaking, he just told off Endeavor. But, the door opens up again, and a dog man walks in. I don't remember his name. um, he says, hello, and looks at Deku, and he says, "Midoriya, I understand that you were the one who defeated Stain, but you broke the law doing so." So Todoroki gets upset and tells him to shut up, just straight up. And All Might tells him to calm down since he doesn't listen to Endeavor. And, the head of the police, I think, is what the dog dude does. He continues saying, "However, I will let it slide, as long as you don't get the credit." And Deku gets confused, and the dog explains like that as long as the public doesn't know he defeated Stain, he wouldn't have broken the law. And Deku hesitates and thinks in his head like, is this a conversation that this guy's used to talking about? He makes it sound like it's nothing. And then Deku asks Endeavor to take the credit, and he says no automatically. But then All Might tells him that he should to allow the safety of Deku's like reputation. 4. But yeah, um, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Endeavor gets mad and says fine. But the dog says all right, and we're done here, and he walks out. But before he says good job to Deku. Like like he really did make an impact with that, with him defeating Stain. So I'm pretty sure this episode's very, very long, and I'm starting to get tired of just like scrolling my thumb. But anyway, with that, I think I'm gonna stop it because yeah, yeah, I don't really have the fan turned on as well, so it's kind of hot. But I don't know the next time I'm gonna upload, so I'm sorry in advance. But either way, like, tell me if you like this part or not. Um, I'm gonna try and upload soon. Yeah, I'm gonna just try. Okay, whether it be today or next week, I'm gonna try because I have another story that's finished, which I can like say anytime, but I don't know. I just need to get in the mood. So but yeah, with that out of the way, like, remember to laugh and try to be positive because it's annoying when I see people think like they're useless. It's also really cringy. Like I want to go on major rants with you guys, but I don't want to make the video any longer. So yeah, with that mini rant out of the way, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Have yourselves a good one and peace.